you tell I'm in denial?
You can't stay at the top forever.
I was also very surprised when I looked at my phone and saw Joe Girardi dismissed.
Well, I think mine were with common sense.
I think now belongs in the all-time greats top 10.
Boston, I really think only got to this point because of a guy named Chris Middleton being out for the Bucks.
That power play just was unbearable. It was humming.
Man, am I happy. I knew that this was going to happen. I knew he was going to come back.
When I think of New York Yankees now is Judge, probably people in the past when Jeter was coming up.
I would be shocked. A little bit hurt.
Hey, this is Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, TexasFootball.com, and Valley Sports Southwest. You are listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA Opinions of the Week. Tonight could be the end of the NBA season as the Thunder are up 3-2, but we'll get to that. Austin, I would say it's been an incredible series so far, and one that I am not sorry. I got a Luka text happening during this, so that's great as I talk about the NBA Finals, but really exciting NBA Finals, Austin.
Yeah, and this is a series that I'd really like to go 7. And even though I predicted the Thunder in 6, I believe, I do think this series will have the opportunity of going 7. But Halliburton is dealing with a calf strain. Is he going to play? As we're recording this, we do not know. I think he will. It's the NBA Finals, right? There's not another game after this if they lose. But I think they would even have a chance of winning without Halliburton because Halliburton's really struggled this series. And you would just throw Nembhard at the 1, probably starting, and then off the bench, obviously, you still have TJ McConnell. And you have enough passing because they're a really good passing team, even outside of the 2 I just mentioned, to where they would be competitive. Now, obviously, they're going to be a better team with Halliburton on the floor, and they're going to desperately need him to play to win this series. But I think if he had to miss one game, I think they would have a chance of winning at home. Mathurin played really well in Game 3 at home and helped extend the series, obviously, because that helps them get out to a 2-1 lead. And then Game 4, they really could have won Game 4, and we'd have a totally different conversation going on if they did. But I am interested about Game 6 and whether or not you think that they could extend the series or if the Thunder are going to end it then.
I think they have a good chance of extending the series because kind of for the same reason I chose the Pacers to win because of Rick Carlisle. And this was the first time the Pacers lost consecutive games in the playoffs. And I would be really shocked if Halliburton does not play because it is the final game. He could literally go home if he doesn't play. So I see them just doing it. And this is of course Mavs centric, but you have that, I want to say maybe it was Game 6, Game 7 with Dirk and the Spurs in the early 2000s. I can understand holding a player out in the first few rounds because you don't want to hurt their career and like future career, but this is literally
this is why you play basketball.
Yeah.
To be on the court right now.
You are more hopeful with me of them winning without him. Yes, they could win, but him just being on the court gives them the best chance of winning.
100% true. I can agree with that. I do think that they have a chance without him, but obviously they have a better chance with him playing. And if they do win Game 6, I think this is up in the air. I think the Thunder would win, and I think the Thunder are obviously the favorite. But in all honesty, the way the series has gone, I mean, even game 5, the Pacers were only down 2 in the 4th after being down a lot during the rest of this earlier in the game in the first half. So they're a comeback team, and wouldn't it be a testament to how much and how well they can come back if they're able to come back in the NBA Finals down 3-2 and come back and win this? But what do you think their chances are?
I think it's 50. I think it's a toss-up game. I know SGA and Jalen Williams both had over 30. Jalen had 40, but it's really just been the supporting cast of them performing or not performing that's allowed Indiana to win some games. So I really think it's a toss-up. I think it's going to be a well-fought game, even with Halliburton being injured, because I'm just assuming he plays. It'd have to be really bad if he's not playing in this game, kind of as we've talked about, just the importance of this game.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Aaron Gordon, who had a very similar injury, and he played through, and he played well. I mean, he was not one of the reasons why they ended up getting blown out. He was one of their better players in that game. So, yeah, I 100% agree. I think he'll play unless it is seriously career-threatening. Not just next season, but career. And if it's not, then I find it very hard to believe that he'll sit out of this game, and I think the Pacers will have a good chance. I think a 50% chance is a solid number. I think if Halliburton misses, it'll probably be like a 30% chance for the Pacers to win. But if Halliburton plays, I'll give him the 51% chance. I think there's a better chance than not of them winning if he does play.
Yeah, and I think while the Thunder, of course, are the favorites and they should win just because of how good the team is, they're still a young team. And there have been points where this is a critical moment for Game 6 of just shutting the door and winning that and getting that fourth win. So that's something a young team may not have the idea of. Of course, yes, they've gotten to this point, but this is the NBA Finals. I think it's just on another level compared to even a Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that's 100% true. I mean, when you're in these moments, there's nothing else. Again, like I said before, there's something more intense. There's something more heart-wrenching than an NBA Finals game. And playing in this moment is what you want to do your entire life. So when you get here, I mean, the Thunder are young, like you said, you could falter and you could eventually lose if you miss close moments. But I think it'll be a good game. I'm excited for it. Now, talking about who the Finals MVP would be, if the Thunder win in Game 6, do you think the Thunder? Who do you think the Thunder's Finals MVP would be?
I think it's going to be SGA.
Yeah, I agree. I think the only way that Jalen Williams could win it is if it goes 7 and Jalen Williams has 2 really good games and Shea has mediocre games. I could see it, but I think if they win in Game 6, it'll be a Shea MVP. And then I think that it'll, again, if the Pacers end up winning the series in 7, I think it'll be Siakam again. Halliburton has really struggled this series again. And even though Halliburton's had his moments, obviously, especially in that Game 1 game winner, I find it really hard to believe for him. He's not been their most valuable player if they do win this series.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And I could see Halliburton getting it if, let's say, he hits a big-time shot in Game 6 and then has a great game in Game 7. Kind of with just those clutch moments in this finals, then to me that would push for it. But yeah, Siakam has been fantastic. And I would love to just hear what are the messages from both these teams, because Siakam is experienced, but you have Rick Carlisle as well. What is he telling the Pacers as they head into this Game 6?
Yeah. I'm sure it's something of the sort of, I mean, we've been against the wall many times before. A lot of the people that were on the team last year are on the team this year during that playoff run. So they have experience being in these tight moments and big moments and also being down in a series that you need to win. So I'd be extremely excited if I was a Pacers fan, because this is what, I mean, look, even though it's 3-2, you've been in every game besides one, basically. And I'd be surprised if this was a blowout by any means.
Yeah, and you just have to think about it. This is a team that historically has been great, and they are loaded with a talent. So you're going to be against the wall at points if you want to win. And you just have to come through with that and make some key plays. It is a tough hill, but I think it should be exciting to watch. So we'll, of course, review it if it ends tonight, or if it goes to a Game 7, then we'll review it then. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.